So, this is volume 2 of Chicken Soup for the Incel Soul, where these stories are where I talk about things that I've gone through. Got my face scarf here. I have to wear this at work, because, I have to bring my own because the workplace doesn't provide them. Company doesn't even buy them. We have to buy them our own. We have to buy our own face protection. The company won't buy it. So, this story is about how being ugly almost cost me my job. So, I'm sure you can relate that there are women that just because you're unattractive, they find you creepy. And yes, those of you who aren't incels are like, no, they don't. Yes, there are women that find incels that aren't doing anything wrong, just creepy. Just creepy because we're ugly. So, yeah. Anyway, what happened is there was a woman at work, and I could tell she found me creepy, so I would try to stay away from her whenever possible. She would, she was a driver. I was in store, so if at all possible, if I saw her in one part of the building, I'd immediately leave the area, go somewhere else, do something somewhere else. Leave her alone, stay away from her as much as possible, physically remove myself from anywhere near her whenever possible. And if it got to the point where if I was ever talking to her, it's either she addressed me first, or I had to give her special information for her delivery. And it was like, make sure these sauce cups are there, or something like that, some special information for her delivery. Other than that, no contact whatsoever. Trying to stay away from her. Then, one shift, after leaving her alone completely, having absolutely no interaction with her whatsoever, not being anywhere near her, she just started shouting. She looked over at me and just started shouting, "That's it! I'm calling HR!" Luckily, my general manager was a witness to the event and just shut her down. He said he sent her home, he yelled at her, but he was baffled by the situation. He said he's never had to deal with that before, but it's something I've had to deal with before, and others in the incel community could probably, agree that this is something we have to deal with. We, even if we leave these women to find us creepy, even if we leave them alone or act professional towards them, they still have a problem with us just because we're ugly. And those of you who say it's not because of that, well, it's like, what else are we doing? We're leaving you alone. We're staying away from you. You find us creepy, and what else is there? We're trying to, it's just because we're ugly. That's all there is to it. We're ugly. And that makes us creepy. And, I mean, was I supposed to quit my job just because she didn't like me? That's not right. I shouldn't have to quit my job because one coworker doesn't like me, And I was doing what I was supposed to do, where I was staying away from her. I wasn't talking to her. I was leaving her alone, That's what I was supposed to do. And she still was going to call HR on me. I don't know. I mean, my general manager was immediately on the phone talking with, I don't know if it was HR or his superior, but backing me up saying that, I didn't do, quote, shit wrong. But I'm just baffled. She just being ugly, being an incel creeped her out so much that even me leaving her alone and standing several yards away from her, not even looking at her, inspired her to call HR. And I don't know, probably some of you in the incel community can relate that, yeah, that's what it's like for us. So, those of you who don't know what it's like, that's kind of what it's like.